Hello friends, I am Dr. Shailesh Kaushal, Department of Business Administration, University of Lucknow, Lucknow. Dear participants, today I am going to start the topic structural equation modeling. So, structural equation modeling basically it is a multivariate technique. Multivariate technique means we can analyze more than two variables at a time. So the basically multivariate technique, we can see here there are two types of multivariate technique. One is dependence technique and another interdependence technique. In a dependence technique, the interdependence technique basically we find the relationship between two or more variables like beta 0, beta 1 x1 plus beta 2 x2. So purpose of this dependence technique to find the relationship between the two or more variable, and then we find whether the particular independent variable significantly contributing to dependent variable or not. So we can test the hypothesis also, but here we do not find any relationship between the two variables. The purpose is different. Okay, so the structural equation modeling basically it is a dependence and as well as interdependence technique. It means it's a combination of the dependence technique and interdependence technique. So we study confirmatory factor analysis and structural equation modeling both. So confirmatory factor analysis, it is interdependence technique, and it is equivalent to the it is same as exploratory factor analysis. Okay, but the confirmatory factor analysis different from the exploratory factor analysis. Now the concept of structural equation modeling, the structural equation modeling basically it is a multivariate technique. Now this technique, so it's a complex technique and advanced statistical technique, and we study in a SEM the two things. One is the measurement model, or the other name is confirmatory factor analysis. Okay, and analysis. The another thing, the structural model, or other name the path model or path analysis. Okay, so for structural equation modeling, there are some prerequisite of structural equation modeling. Prerequisite means we should have idea of multiple regression analysis, and another path model, and then confirmatory factor analysis. Okay, now what is multiple regression analysis? We know that multiple regression analysis is beta 0 plus, for example, this is y1 variable, and beta 1 x1 plus beta 2 x2 plus beta 3 x3 and so on, and error term. Okay, now we can write this equation like in a path diagram. y1, this is the variable x0, and x1, x2, x3. Okay, these are the independent variable. X0 means the independent variable 0. Okay, its value 0. So what is the relationship? This beta 1 0. Okay, so this is beta 1 1, beta 1 2, and beta 1 3, and then this is error term epsilon 1. Same as we can write the another equation, x0 x1, these are independent variables. So these we can write like this, and here the relationship of x0 and this is beta 2 0, beta 2 1, and beta 2 2, beta 2 3. It's a regression coefficient, and epsilon 2. Now we write the multivariate regression. What does it mean, multivariate regression? When we combine both, like y1, and these are the independent variable x0 x1 x2 x3. Okay, these are the independent variables, and another variable multivariate, that is dependent variable this. Now when we related all these variable to y1 and as well as dependent variable y3, so this is the multivariate regression. Here we are not finding a relationship between y1 and y2. Okay, so this is the multivariate regression. Now the what is path model? How to write the path model? Path model we can write like this: the y1 dependent variable, y2 another independent variable, and this is x1 x2 and x3. These are the independent variables. Okay, the relationship between x1 y with y1 and y2, x2 related with y1 and y2, same as x3, and these are the regression coefficient: gamma 1 1, gamma 1 2, gamma 1 3, same as gamma 2 1, gamma 2 2, gamma 3 3. Okay, now the path model means when we combine and find the relationship among the independent variable, like x1 with x2 and the x1 with x3, and this is the epsilon 1 and epsilon 2, and then related to this. Okay, now the structural model, we can write structural model like this. These are the one latent variable, second latent variable, and third latent variable. Okay, these are the naming of when we combine this x1 x2 and x3 x4 and x5 x6, these are the measured variable, and this is latent variable. Okay, so this we can write the like this. This is the structural model, and structural model means here we are, these are the endogenous and exogenous variable, and we are finding the relationship between this variable with this. This is structural model. Okay, same as another endogenous variable, these are exogenous variable, and you can see like this. So the y1 y2 and same as the y3 and y4. Okay, these are error term epsilon 1, epsilon 2, epsilon 3, and epsilon 4, and then we can find the relationship among the variables. Now these are the error term, sigma 1, sigma 2, and so on, and this is the covariance So this is my first the structural model. Now, so what is basically structural model in this technique? The other technique, we can find the relationship between one equation at a one time, but in a multiple regression equation we can estimate simultaneously more than two equations, like beta 0 beta 1 x1 plus beta 2 x2 and epsilon another equation, the beta 0 plus beta 1 x1 beta 2 x2 and yn equal to beta 0 plus beta 1 x1 plus beta 2 x2 and so on. Okay, so in a structural equation modeling, the advantage of structural equation modeling, simultaneously we can large number of multiple regression analysis. Okay, large number means 20 30. So that is why this is different from the other technique. Okay, so now we can see the definition of structural equation modeling. Structural equation modeling is a family of a statistical model that seek to explain the relationship among multiple variables. Multiple variables means y equal to beta 0 plus beta 1 x1 plus beta 2 x2 and large number of equations. To do so, it examines the structure of interrelationship expressed in a series of equations similar to series of multiple regression equation. This technique is combination, or we should have idea of multiple regression analysis and exploratory factor analysis, and it is used to analyze structural relationship between measured variable and latent variables. Okay, now this is my complete the path model. Now we can see the path model here. So here we can see these are the endogenous and exogenous variable. These are the variables like customer commitment, customer share, price, service, atmosphere. So price is a exogenous variable. Exogenous variable means it is a factor, and it's a combination of four questions like x1 plus x2 x3 x4. Same as service, again it is a combination of four questions. Atmosphere, another latent variable, it combines four questions. Customer share, again combination of four questions, customer share. So it's a complete structural modeling, and here there are two things. One is structural, when we find the covariance among the construct like price with this service with atmosphere, price with atmosphere. So it is a measurement. This is measurement model or confirmatory model. Okay, this is measurement model, and when we see the relationship between this construct with this, then it is it's a structural model. Okay, so in a structural model we find the relationship between one construct with another construct, one construct with another construct, one construct with another construct. So I told you we need to understand the EFA, exploratory factor analysis, and multiple regression analysis. So EFA, which is we used EFA in CFA. Okay, the relationship of one construct to other means covariance, correlation we are finding here. And when multiple regression analysis means the dependence relationship. So this is interdependence technique, it is interdependence technique, and when we see the relationship between one exogenous variable in another, it is dependence relationship. So we use in a structural model both interdependence technique and as well as the dependence technique. So it is a complete path model, and here we can it's a structural relationship. If we find price with customer share, or service with customer share, or atmosphere with customer share, or customer share with customer commitment. So in a structural model, we can estimate the hypothesis like this. So there is a hypothesis. So we can, our alternate hypothesis can be the price significantly contributing to the customer share, service significantly contributing to customer share. So these are our hypotheses. We can develop these hypotheses. Okay. So in this particular construct, price has 4 variables, and x1, x2, x3, x4, and these are the error term. So it is nothing but like we can write beta 0 plus beta 1 x1 plus this. So it's a regression coefficient, means beta 1, and this is error term, and this is x1, x2, x3, x4. So we can write this way. Now the prerequisite models. Now structural equation modeling means no model should be developed for use of SEM without some underlying theory. Theory is needed to develop both the measurement model specification and as well as structural model. So without theory, we cannot develop our structural model. So we need to find the theory for performing the structural equation modeling, and model can be represented visually with path diagram, like dependence relationships are representing with single-headed direction. Okay, a single-headed direction means, now you can see here, it's a single-headed this is the single-headed arrow, and the double-headed arrow means this price with the service. Okay, so the presentation of this the covariance and the dependence relationship are represented with single-headed direction, and covariance with two-headed direction. Then the distinguished features, estimate of multiple and interrelated relationship, means we can estimate a large number of equations simultaneously. And to second is represent unobserved concepts and correct for measurement error, and defines a model that explain an entire set of relationship of multiple variables. Okay, so there are two things. One is latent constructs and abbreviations. So latent construct, there are two types of construct. One is exogenous construct and another is endogenous construct. So in a multiple, in this structural equation modeling, we do not use the term dependent and independent variable. So basically exogenous variable, it is equivalent of multi-item equivalent of independent variables. So here like x1, x2, x3, and this is our construct. Okay, these are the independent variables, and combination of these known as the exogenous construct. Okay, so this is exogenous construct. So it's a multi-item equivalent to independent variable. So here we do not use the term the independent variable, but instead of using independent variable, we use the term exogenous construct. And same as for dependent variables, combination of dependent variables known as the endogenous construct or variables. Okay. The unobserved variable. So there are two things, observed variable and unobserved variable. If I am using 10 questions in multiple in a structural equation modeling, like 1, x1, x2, x3 and so on, x10. Okay, so these are the observed variable or measured variable. So unobserved variable means when we combine the three variables and these three variables tell about the particular concept, so it is latent construct. Okay, so there are two things, one is unobserved and another is observed variable. So we can see in our diagram observed and unobserved variables. So this is the path diagram. Now in this path diagram you can see the unobserved variable. So this is unobserved variable. Price is unobserved variable, service is unobserved variable, atmosphere unobserved variable, customer share unobserved variable, and all the variables x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, these are observed variable or measured variable, or these are questions in our study. Okay, basically these are the questions. And endogenous means dependent variable. This is endogenous variable or endogenous construct, and this is also, and it is exogenous construct. When we find the relationship with this, then it is exogenous construct. But when we find the relationship price, service and atmosphere, then it becomes the endogenous construct, and these are the exogenous. Exogenous means equivalent to the independent variables. Now the next is the measurement theory. Assume that latent reflective, there are reflective and formative measurement theory. There are two things in a reflective measurement theory. Basically assume the latent construct cause the measured indicator. Means reflective, basically there are the symptoms caused variables and error in the result of inability to latent construct. Means stress, basically stress is a example of reflective measurement model. So stress anyone can get stress if this is the stress construct. If someone has stress, then the variable his BP would be high, and if someone has high perspiration, another variable nervousness, he will feel. If someone is stressed, then he will feel nervousness. So the arrow from this to this. Now this is stress, and these are the independent variables: blood pressure, perspiration, nervousness, frigidity. These are the independent variables. Okay, so if someone has stress, more stress means his BP would be high. If someone has more stress, then perspiration he will feel. If someone has the stress, then nervousness he feels. Okay, and then frigidity. So these are the reflective, these are the symptoms. So if someone if I say my blood pressure is high, it means I have stress, because of stress. So this is the reflective measurement model, and another is the formative measurement model. Formative means who are forming the stress, basically. So these are the regions. If someone has stress, this is the stress, and these indicators like x1, x2, x3, they are forming the stress. For difficult boss, troubled home, kids, spouse, poor work evaluation, debt, medical. So there are two things. One is formative, means these independent variable forming the latent variable, while in a reflective means they are the variables are indicating that they are affected by the latent variable. The exogenous and endogenous construct. Thank you very much. I will explain in next session.